What's going on, y'all? My name is mostlydarius. Welcome to my channel. This is the discussion. If you're new here and if you are a returning subscriber, then thank you for clicking this video. I want to continue to talk about the Wendy and Eddie Osefo saga, if you will, everything that's been going on. The last time I filmed a video about this was when the news literally had first broke, and ever since then, there has been details coming out non-stop. We got fans reacting, we got housewives reacting, of course, other cast members, we got Bravo, the network is reacting, they are taking some action. So I just want to give my thoughts on everything. I don't know how much this story is going to continue to unravel, but I do want to get into some things. So before I get into anything, I want to say thank you guys for subscribing. I said I wanted to get to 400 subscribers in the last video, and we are about 10 away from 400. So if you are watching this video and you like these topics, make sure you subscribe to this channel, hit that like button, and click the notification bell so you know the next time I upload a video. We're trying to help the channel grow, and yeah. Now, in this video, I am going to be talking about the housewives reacting to the situation, the cast reacting to the situation. I'm going to talk about Bravo pulling Wendy's wife swap episode down from premiere week. And then I'm going to also just include clips of everybody that has something to say. So if y'all want to see all of that, make sure y'all stay to the end. I'm going to put some chapters in the description. So if you guys want to jump straight to one thing, you want to see everything, just click through, you know, feel free to watch the whole thing, whatever. I'm going to make it easy for y'all. But I want to make sure that I cover everything. I want to make sure that I get my thoughts out because I don't want to be redundant, because I kind of pretty much said how I felt about everything in the last video. But there has been more details that have come out since then. So I definitely want to give myself the opportunity and y'all the opportunity to see everything that I've seen. But I already know what y'all came here for. Let's get into it. So TMZ updated the article that I read in my last video. They said Bravo has paused the series premiere of Wife Swap, the Real Housewives edition. The Osefos were slated to appear in the first episode, Variety reports. The premiere is pushed back a week following the Osefos' arrest from October 14th to October 21st. A rep for Wendy tells TMZ Dr. Wendy Osefo and her husband, Edward Osefo, are back home safely with their family and in good spirits. They are grateful for the outpouring of concern and support from friends, fans, and colleagues. The Osefos, alongside their legal team, look forward to their day in court. At this time, they respectfully ask for privacy as they focus on their family and the legal process ahead. Them asking for privacy, honey. I mean, I get it, but the way they was out, did y'all see that news reporter outside of Wendy in them house like that? Yo, now listen, this is not my first, this is not my first housewife scandal, so I can't, because I think they was at Jen Shah's shit too. They was at Jen Shah's house too, so I can't even say that, but yo, it's just like every time one of these situations happen, I be like, damn, like we all in your business now, like it's bad. Like it's bad enough that people be in people's business anyway, but like this is taking it to a next level. Like the news reporter is pulling up to your crib and they is filming now in front of the house. Like this is just become too much. It's become too much. Like I said in my last video, I feel bad because they have children, they have bills, they have shit to pay, they have things to do. Like I said, this is crazy. I don't know why they would even do this. If they did it, this is all alleged. We don't know that this is true or not. This is just, you know, what's been reported. They still have to go to court and fight this out. We're going to see how that all goes. But it was confirmed by the Reality Rundown. Cameras came back up for filming. So Gizelle and Kay are going to be joining Ashley. And they are going to, I guess they're going to be talking about Wendy's arrest. Now, I know y'all seen that video of Ashley. She was saying that she wasn't surprised about none of this stuff that's happening. And it kind of, to me, seemed like Ashley was relishing in the fact that Wendy was getting in trouble.
This ain't news to us. It's news to y'all. So, no, we were not shocked. Yeah, Winnie's in the pen. Lord have mercy. I know. I'm keeping her in my prayers and all of that.
Well, she's a professor.
All right, I love y'all. Have a good night. Felonies, if you know what I mean. That's what we're doing around here, okay? That's it. That's what we're doing. Just making melodies, okay? All right.
And I don't know, like I said in my last video, I've been boycotting Potomac for since season 8 because I didn't like the way they was handling stuff. And I guess I don't recall Ashley and Wendy having that much of a problem, but I am catching back up again now. But it was just a little corny to me, the smirks on Ashley's face. Like, you would think at the end of the day, but you know what? I can't even say Ashley should feel some type of way about it because at the end of the day, Wendy and Eddie, they grown, they're smart, they're capable of knowing that was wrong if they did that. So at the same time, I am aggravated with Ashley because why are you smiling and relishing in the fact that they're getting in trouble, knowing they have children and things to take care of? But at the same time, we could also give some of that accountability to Eddie and Wendy. They knew they had children and family to take care of and things too. So why even do this, right? So there's enough blame to go around for everybody, but at the end of the day, we do have to hold Eddie and Wendy accountable if this is true. We don't want it to be true. I'm kind of aggravated that this is happening to them because Gizelle is now going to have something to shit on Wendy with. Like, Wendy was unclockable until this weekend. Like, Wendy had been unclockable to me personally. I never felt there was anything really you could clock Wendy on. Like, she got her body done. Okay, everybody get their body done. You know what I'm saying? Like, what really was Wendy's tea? We didn't really know. That's why that whole, like, story about the whole witchcraft thing and her mom doing this and that thing, that was a flop to me. That's when I stopped watching the show, actually. Like, that season 8. I watched, like, 5 episodes of season 8. It was corny. I just turned it off because I'm just like, y'all, they be doing too much on Potomac. But I will say, I'm going to start watching it again because I do want to see, like I said, I want to see Karen's come back. I want to see Monique. I want to see what's going to happen with her because now people are waking up that Wendy was trying to act to Monique like, you know, Monique, oh my God, I can't believe she would do this, that, and the third, and da-da-da-da. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's so ironic that Monique is back on this season. You know what I'm saying? But I seen Candiace react to it. Candiace found out the news with everybody else, so she didn't know. She thought they got arrested over $300. I wonder Candiace's take now that she's seen the rest of the details like the rest of us, because when Candiace made her take on it, she was not really aware of everything that had happened. They really didn't tell her that much, and it was live too, so she didn't have the time to go and digest it. So I don't really find Candiace's reaction to be all of that. I don't really find that to be that serious. But one person that I did find interesting that reacted to this was Mia. Because, and this is also something that came from the reality rundown, because Mia, let me listen to what she had to say again.
She just messaged me a couple days ago. You know, she's one of the the only ones who is like, you know, I'm so proud. You know, what she said was, God has you covered. Right? So this is, I need a second. Because
I get it.
I opened my phone. I had no idea it was even going on. And I'm like, I'm shocked.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm very shocked.
I'm shocked.
Because I felt Miss 4 Degrees had it together.
Here she go.
Okay? I thought she had it together. I mean, isn't Eddie an attorney? For heaven's sakes, like, what the fuck? Excuse my language. Can I not?
Okay, hold up. Okay, I guess Mia's reaction was fair too. I don't think she was really relishing in the fact. And if she's saying that Wendy texted her a couple days ago telling her that God has her, then maybe they are cool or whatever the case may be. I know that the last time I was watching Potomac, Wendy and Mia, they was not on the best of terms. Mia threw a drink in Wendy's face and all this other stuff. So there's that. But what I can say is Mia's reacting kind of like the rest of us are. I feel as though this is just treacherous, honestly. Like, it's really just treacherous. I'm going to read some slides from the Reality Rundown's Instagram because I don't think that a lot of us have a general understanding of what's going on. So this is according to the Reality Rundown. Real Housewives of Potomac Dr. Wendy Osefo and husband Eddie charged with fraud after alleged fake burglary. Here's everything we know. So what they told the police, in April 2024, Wendy and Eddie claimed their home had been burglarized while they were on vacation in Jamaica. They said their bedroom was ransacked and designer bags and jewelry, including Wendy's diamond anniversary ring, was stolen. But investigations noticed something wasn't adding up. The scene looked staged, deputies said. They said the alleged entry window was unlocked, but no signs of forced entry. Their ADT alarm and ring camera were active, yet no motion was ever detected. The house looked untouched except for a few messy drawers. It was giving not too convincing. The triple insurance hustle. Court docs say the couple filed 3 separate insurance claims for the same burglary. Travelers Insurance paid $25,000, including $4,500 for Wendy's ring. Homesite Insurance claimed $450,000 in loss. Jewelers Mutual reported 57 stolen items. They allegedly never told each company the others were already paying out. That's a lot, y'all. The social media slip up. Investigators found photos of Wendy wearing the same diamond ring she reported as stolen after the supposed burglary. The ring matched appraisal photos from before the incident. Hold on. Let's talk real quick, because this the only thing that I did find funny was the fact that they used the Bonnie and Clyde song over the picture of Wendy wearing her ring. That girl, y'all was really feeling it. Oh my God. Receipts tell the truth. Detectives dug into store and refund records. Oh my gosh. So a Dior shirt listed as stolen, returned months before. A Gucci wallet bought in 2018, returned for a refund. Girl, investigators say more than $20,000 in stolen items have been refunded before the burglary ever happened. The email that changed everything. Okay, this is where shit gets crazy. According to the documents, Eddie emailed Wendy asking if they could add more high-value items like Chanel shoes to reach their insurance policy maximum of $423,000. That email became a key piece of evidence showing intent to inflate the claim. Damn. The arrest. When deputies searched the couple's home, they found at least 15 of the same items they claimed were stolen. The Osefos were charged with 7 counts of insurance fraud, 8 counts of conspiracy to commit fraud, 1 count of false statement to police. Bail was set at $50,000. Bro, what the like, yo, my thing with them is, like, y'all should have just sold all that stuff y'all said. Like, why was y'all returning for a refund? Like, there's so many ways to get your money back on designer goods. Y'all over here returning Gucci wallets from 2018. Like, I get it. I get you want to return it back to the store. But I don't get how, if this is the thing that you're doing, you're trying to be sneaky, that this is you. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get any of this. This is a disappointment. This is really sad. And it just goes to show we don't know these people. I want to read something that somebody said on Twitter. Again, Gizelle and Ashley been the only ones living in their truth on the show. And somebody quoted it and they said, these takes are so wild because if anything, it tells you that we really don't know these people at all and that anybody can be a criminal and we can never know until they get caught, including Gizelle and Ashley. So the lesson is completely missed. And I have to agree. I feel like this moment is not to put Gizelle on a pedestal. Like, when did this become about Gizelle? I'm lost. And that to me just shows me that y'all just are so happy that something happened to Wendy. Now, don't get me wrong. Wendy was dead wrong. Her and Eddie, they should never did what they was doing. Like, it is what it is. Like, at the end of the day, I have no excuse for that. I just hope that it's not true. But the way things are lining up is looking true. And my question is always just going to continue to be why. I mean, I feel like we already know why. The pressure of living up to this image of being, you know, glitz and glamour and fame and money and X, Y, and Z, you know what I'm saying? But is it really worth it in the long run, you know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, wealth whispers, you know what I'm saying? Money talks, wealth whispers at the end of the day. And I feel as though, to me personally, I never looked at Wendy, and then maybe I may have to go back and watch it, but I never looked at her as somebody that was super flashy. I never paid attention to it, because I don't be paying attention to what these girls be wearing and putting on. Like, y'all, I'm not the fashionista, the fashion king. I don't care what these girls wear and what they put on. Like, that's not me. I'm not that type of person. I'm not that type of guy, rather. I'm not the type of guy that does that. Like, it's a lot of people that would like to talk about worst and best dressed of the reunion and all that. That's not me. I don't care at the end of the day what people have on. I care about who people are and what they act like. So to me, I don't really be paying attention to what these people be wearing and the money they be having and stuff, unless it's Beverly Hills. Because Jennifer Tilly, if y'all watch Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, y'all know Jennifer Tilly be having the most outrageous accessories, okay? Like, she be having the most outrageous accessories. But it really it brings me back to just the time, like, Erica Jane joined Beverly Hills too, and she used to have a glam squad everywhere she went because, like, she was just living life large, you know what I'm saying? And I think that really, Erica Jane really changed the game of how we see women on these reality shows, specifically housewives, dressed up. And, like, don't get me wrong, girls were always getting their makeup done and putting the designer on, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like Erica, when she came, she took it up another notch. Like, it was a thing. You know what I'm saying? And we see how that stuff ended up with Erica's husband, who's also a lawyer, like Eddie, which is crazy because if Eddie's a lawyer, why on God's green earth would he be sending an email to his wife asking anything like that? They just were not moving smart, bro. And to me, it's one of those things where you doing something that you know you're not supposed to be doing and you don't think you're going to get caught. I don't know if they thought, like, I don't know what they thought. I don't know if they were feeling like a sense of power from being on the show. Like, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I can't tell y'all why they would do this. Only they can tell us. And that's why I need Wendy to go to the reunion, because this is bad. This is bad. And I kept saying that in my last video. I said, this is just bad. Like, this is the only thing I can say is that this is bad. I have nothing else to say except the fact that this is just terrible. What else is going on? Jacqueline. Y'all know Jacqueline Blake, Mia's friend. She said, Wendy was the only housewife who called me personally to congratulate me on my pregnancy, and she's always shown me genuine love and support during my last season on RHOP. Eddie has always been super cool, always respectful and cool with my child's father, sending my heart and deepest prayers to the Osefo family. That's fair. We also got Katie Rost. If y'all remember Katie, she was on like the first 2 or 3 seasons of Real Housewives of Potomac. She said, Wendy, I got a message from someone who asked me to make a statement. I know all of this is bullshit. I'm going to send a letter to the president. Keep your head up. Sending love. Katie, I like Katie, but girl, please, like, what are you I'm going to send a letter to the president. Like, okay, Katie, I hear you, sis. A lot of y'all be saying y'all want Katie back on the show. I don't mind Katie. I just think that she's not, like, I don't think that this is a good show for her to be on. You know what I'm saying? Considering all that we've seen from Katie in the past couple of years since she's been off the show, mentally and health-wise, I don't think that she should be on the show. I really don't, personally. But yeah, I don't know, y'all. Let me look at some stuff that fans are saying. Oh, let me talk to y'all about, before I get to how the fans feel, let me talk to y'all about Bravo pulling Wendy's episode. Now, one thing I kept mentioning in my last video was the fact that, you know, Wendy was about to have premiere week this week with the wife swap thing, and they pulled her episode. Now, at first, I was on Bravo neck. I'm like, why y'all pulling her episode? Like, you know, like, what's that about? Like, is this a punishment tactic? Like, what do we got going on? But then I started doing some more, you know, reading, and people were saying, you know, maybe they don't want to air the episode because they might have some things in the house that were in the lawsuit or whatever the case, and it's a legal thing now, whatever. Who knows? I don't know. And honestly, to me, if that's the case, well, I can't even say that because, you know what, I was about to say, if that's the case, then why even air this season of Potomac or any Wendy scenes? But this is already on air now, so I guess they are going to pull it before they even have the chance to get involved in anything like that. But, whoo, it is a lot going on in Potomac. I'm going to tell y'all that, man. It's just, What I will say, this is a banger season 10. Like, the fact that the camera's been picked back up, I'm talking about y'all are giving us reality TV. I gotta clap it up for Potomac. I really do. The fact that y'all got me about to watch Potomac again, I told myself I was not going to watch Potomac. I was boycotting Potomac because of Gizelle. I said I wasn't going to watch it. But now I'm about to be watching again. I know she's going to aggravate me. And a lot of y'all really like Gizelle, and I really wonder what it is about Gizelle that y'all like, because Gizelle, to me, from what she gives on the show, because a lot of people love Gizelle in real life. I haven't met Gizelle. I don't know her. But from what they, you know, give us on the show, Gizelle just seems like a mean girl. Like, she just seems mean. And, like low-key bitter in a way. I feel like because of what happened with her and her situation with, like, her ex-husband, I think that has kind of changed the way that she maneuvers in the world. Rightfully so, because at the end of the day, like, what happened to her was just downright treacherous. But I just don't get that Gizelle's a genuine person from the show. She seems mean to people sometimes, to me. I don't know. And I feel like now she's about to be coming for Wendy now. That's why I don't want to watch this show. That's the only reason I don't want to watch the show is because of Gizelle. I don't really mind Ashley too much because Ashley been Ashley since day one. Like, Ashley ain't changed up to me yet. Ashley been the same Ashley she's been. I know a lot of y'all don't like Ashley. Y'all claim she nosy, da-da-da. Everybody nosy. Y'all, Sheree was nosy. You know what I'm saying? From Real Housewives of Atlanta. Kyle Richards from Beverly Hills is nosy. You always gonna have a nosy girl on the show. I don't care about that. That's how you get the show popping. To me, though, Ashley never gave me mean. You know what I'm saying? Like, she never gave me, like, mean girl type shit. Like, I don't know. But, yeah. That's how I feel about the whole, you know, them pulling her, you know, episode. I don't really have much left to say about that, except I get why it may be being pulled. So I'm going to take it as for legal reasons. I'm not going to take it that they're trying to punish Wendy. Because I feel like if it was up to Bravo, they would have Wendy at the reunion. Shit, I feel like they'd be filming Wendy right now. You know what I'm saying? Because my thing is, but also I want to say how I feel about this thing. Like, this is not that deep to me. I don't really think this is that serious. I get that it's a crime, you know, and you know, this is fraudulent. This is insurance fraud. This is money fraud. This is whatever. I get it, but this is nothing that hurt anybody. To me, this didn't hurt nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody needs some money right now. Everybody's in a recession. I ain't saying what they did was right, but I ain't saying it's wrong either. So at the end of the day, like, it ain't like Jen Shah stealing old people money and shit. Like, it's a little bit different because, you know, they stole money, but it wasn't hurting nobody. I mean, who did it hurt? The insurance company? I don't know. I don't care. I don't care about these companies that bad. But if this is true, they're going to have to face some consequences real quick. I am hoping they can come out, you know, back on top and they can get out quick and soon and Wendy can come back and explain herself and we can just move on. I do think the best thing for Wendy that she can do if she comes back to the show, all she got to do is own it. Like Lisa Rinna says, own it. You know, own it. Like, she got to just own it. Like, you know what? I was trying to live above my means, or I was, caught up in something. Or she might pull a "it's legal, we can't talk about it" card too. She might pull one of those too. So I don't know, but the best thing I think she can do if she does come back is just say, hey, you know what I mean? Like, this is what happened, and I did do it, and I was wrong, or I wasn't wrong. Hopefully she beat the case and she's not found guilty. But the way that the details are lining up, it's not looking good, y'all. It's not looking good, and I really hate that for her. I really hate that for her. I really, really do. I'm gonna read some more things that a lot of y'all had to say. So somebody said Wendy and Eddie fell into the trap many people do when they can't convert high visibility into income. They really have nothing to sell us by being on television. Home good is oversaturated, and why should I buy Happy Eddie with all the other options? They both have respected high earning careers in their fields. They will live well above the average American even if they never did television. I agree. I agree. I agree. I can't understand why they would do this. I know a lot of y'all are saying that maybe Eddie put Wendy up to it because when was the last time Eddie made any money as a lawyer before Happy Eddie? That's what a lot of y'all were saying. I never thought about that. I know people were pulling up clips from previous season where Mia would say like, I never seen a lawyer as with this much free time as Eddie and actually making money. And a lot of people don't like Mia, so they wouldn't pay that no mind. But there may be a little bit of validity to that. There may be a little validity to that. I definitely think that, this was just something that did not have to happen. This was just a case of, if this is true what they did, this was just a case of being greedy, and I think it's something that a lot of people face. It's a human thing. People do tend to become greedy and want more, but I think that you really have to take the time sometimes to count your blessings and just, what I'm saying, like, be grateful for some of the stuff you have, yo. Like, I had to tell myself that every time, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't gotta spend my money on bullshit and shit that don't matter because I have everything I need. You know what I mean? So if I have a little money to spare, then it is what it is. But also, you know what I mean? I really can't speak because I'm not in a tax bracket. So it don't really matter, it's what I think. I mean, to them it might not matter. To y'all it matters because y'all here watching the video, but it just sucks that this is where we are at right now. I kind of think that I really don't have any more thoughts. I feel like I'll get redundant if I keep talking about it. I'll read you some more things that people were saying about it. Let me see. Somebody said when Potomac first came out, they acted like they were above Atlanta. Now look at them. Let's talk about it. Potomac was very much etiquette. So it ain't giving that no more. It ain't giving it no more. But I think that that's going to make for a good show. I think that the fact that they are being exposed for who they really are, that makes for good reality television. Like, this is reality. The root word in reality is what, y'all? Real. I keep telling y'all that every video. So at the end of the day, I hate that it had to come to this with Karen. I hate that it had to come to this with Wendy. I hate that they talking about Stacey's breath. I hate that they talking about everything. I don't like some of the, oh my God. I saw this one picture. Somebody put arrested over Karen's face and Wendy's face. They put fired over Robin and Candiace's face and Mia's face. They put associated with Michael Darby over Ashley's face. And then they put a crown on Gizelle. Why are we not putting associated with Jamal Bryant? Like, y'all trying to, this is what I don't like. This is why I don't like watching, this is why I don't want to watch Potomac no more like that. Like, why are we putting her on a pedestal? For what? What does she do? Why does she deserve to be on a pedestal? I don't get it. Like, y'all be trying to sit here and act like she's just, like, better than people, and that's the thing I don't like. And it's not, and I hate to sound like that because it kind of makes me like a hater because I really don't have no gripe towards Gizelle. I don't know Gizelle, but the way y'all put her on a pedestal is annoying. It's kind of like how people don't really have a real reason to not like Taylor Swift, but the way people praise her sometimes gets aggravating because it's like, for what? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can see if there was some groundbreaking stuff going on, that Gizelle does, but Gizelle's not even a top 10 housewife to me personally. Like, she's not in my top 10, so girl, y'all say anything. The fans say anything. One thing somebody else said was, I really feel for Wendy's children. With Wendy and Eddie now facing these fraud charges, they'll likely be consumed both mentally and financially, and their kids will ultimately bear the impact. I don't know how they can be fully present right now. Their actions have consequences, and this situation is their own making, but it's the children I truly feel sorry for. It's going to be so hard on them. Yeah, yo. And that's what I really want to talk about, is the fact that I really hate this for the kids, bro. I would not wish this on nobody's kids, yo. Nobody's kids. This shit is fucked up, yo. This is fucked up. It's really messed up. And that's really the real reason I hope they get out of this, is because they do have kids to raise that have nothing to do with this. It's not their fault. And I feel like it's really selfish, if this is true, that they did this. Because how could you not think about your kids in the world we live in right now? For what? Some designer? Like, come on, y'all. We gotta let the labels go at some point. Like, I ain't saying there's nothing wrong with a little Gucci wallet here and there, but like, we don't need to make it our life. We don't need Gucci. Gucci need us. Like, at what point do we stop giving these brands so much power? Like, I mean, I want to talk. I love Apple. Everything Apple do, I want to buy everything. But, when I put my life on the line for it, though, some stuff just don't be that serious, yo. These are objects. Like, what was y'all doing with the $460,000? What was that going to? I mean, I know I kept seeing clips about renovations and maybe investing into Happy Eddie and things like that. You know what I mean? It just really sucks, man. And Lotto, she just had a appearance on Watch What Happens Live, and Lotto was like, hey, like, tell Wendy and them, send me some Happy Eddie. Like, y'all could have had a good brand ambassador, and like, y'all could be doing things that y'all slow and steady wins the race, yo. It's not a race, it's a marathon, bro. Like, as quick as you get something, as fast as it goes. That's something I've learned, and I feel like they was trying to do a get rich quick scheme, and it's just like in under a year, bro. And now it just got everybody analyzing everything that's going to be happening on season 10 with what they're wearing and the stuff that they're talking about. It's just she's gonna have a lot to answer for at the reunion, and let alone court. Like, this is bad. And I think I would just want to end this video saying, I don't know how much more I want to talk about this topic. I feel like there are going to be some more details that come out in the future that I might talk about, depending on how, I guess you could say, juicy it is, because I'm kind of over the story already. All we could do is wait to see what goes on. But I'll read one last thing somebody said. They was talking about Ashley when she was reacting to Wendy's arrest. What Wendy did was wrong, but Forehead ain't got no room to talk, because Michael would have been sitting in the slammer as well had she not begged Gunique to get rid of the footage. Ashley, they're clocking you. Ashley, I don't like how Ashley's sitting around laughing and smiling. You have kids too. You need to be humble, because the tables turn. Like Remy Ma said, be careful who you joke and laugh at because of their situation, because one day you could be in the same situation.
Be careful who you laugh and joke at because of their situations, because you might find yourself in that same situation. That's just the way God works.
But I'm going to add some clips of some of the things that the people in the law had to say about the stuff that's going on with Eddie and Wendy. They had a whole press conference for this. I'm going to add some more clips about what other people and other wives and everybody else had to say. So if y'all want to see everything, just stay and watch to the end of this video. If not, make sure y'all like this video, hit that subscribe button, that notification bell, and I will see y'all in the next video. Thank you for watching.
Good afternoon. I'm Carroll County Sheriff Jim DeWeese. Alongside of me is Carroll County State's Attorney Haven Shoemaker, and to his left is Mr. Alan Culver. He is special counsel to the Carroll County State's Attorney. We are here to announce the indictment and arrest of Wendy and Edward Osefo of the 1900 block of Turnberry Court in Finksburg, Maryland. Both Wendy and Edward are reality actors in the series The Real Housewives of Potomac, Maryland, which is filmed partially from their residence in Finksburg, Maryland, an hour away. On April 7, 2024, at approximately 10:13 p.m., deputies responded to a residence in the 1900 block of Turnberry Court in Finksburg for a reported burglary. Edward Osefo called 911 to report the burglary. Edward and Wendy Osefo, both from Finksburg, live at that address, and they have 3 school-aged children. They reported that their home had been burglarized sometime between April 2nd and April 7th of 2024 while they were on vacation in Jamaica. The house would have been vacant at the time with no one's house sitting. No one had a key to the residence, according to the Osefos. The Osefos claimed that designer handbags and jewelry valued at more than $200,000 were missing from the primary residence bedroom upstairs. Responding patrol deputies handled the burglary according to policy and made contact with investigators with my major crimes unit to assist because of the dollar amount that was stolen. Crime scene investigators came to the scene the night of the report to process the scene for fingerprints, DNA, and anything of evidentiary value. And while I'm there, I want to thank the state police. They actually responded, and the superintendent of the state police, Colonel Butler, I want to thank him for working with us on the case and providing resources. It should be noted that the residence does have interior and exterior surveillance cameras. None of the cameras picked up any motion or indicated a breach inside of the house. Cameras also did not pick up any suspicious activity outside of the residence during the time the Osefos were away from the residence. Detectives also checked surveillance cameras from neighbors. No evidence of a break-in or suspicious activity was noted at the Osefos' residence. Patrol deputies and detectives found no signs of forced entry or physical evidence of a burglary, such as footprints, fingerprints, or any entry point. The Osefos alleged that the burglar came in through a second-story window into the master bedroom. There was no evidence inside the residence that someone made an attempt to get into the residence through that particular window. No evidence indicated that anyone attempted to enter the house. The bedroom upstairs where the theft occurred was ransacked. The mattress was thrown off of the bed onto the floor to give an indication that a burglary did occur. Initial responding deputies again called our investigators because of the high dollar amount that was stolen. After the initial report, following days, we made contact with 3 separate insurance companies that the Osefos used to insure their property, which is common with this loss that this type of loss that detectives actually communicate with insurance companies to share information. In the days following the initial report, the Osefos contacted detectives several times to provide additional information about the alleged burglary, evidence, and missing items. They also reported the loss to their insurance company. Again, the Osefos alleged and claimed that just over $200,000 in items were stolen from the burglary. Weeks after the alleged burglary, detectives discovered Mrs. Osefo had posted photos on social media wearing jewelry that matched items she had reported stolen, specifically a diamond anniversary band. Detectives were provided receipts by the Osefos for the loss of items that they had purchased dating as far back as 2018. On those receipts were email addresses. We had become suspicious that this was a false claim. On those receipts were email addresses, which detectives authored search and seizure warrants that they could access both the Osefos' email accounts to attempt to acquire more evidence. The emails provided additional evidence that indicated this was a fraudulent claim, specifically Edward's communication with Wendy, and I quote, "Are there additional high-value items we can add to this inventory list? I'm trying to get the total to exceed $423,000, which is our policy maximum." Over the next several months, detectives worked diligently to verify the information provided and to locate the reported stolen property. It was later confirmed that Mrs. Osefo had returned several of those same items valued at over $20,000 to the place that she originally purchased prior to the alleged burglary. We can see as far back as 2018 and several items that had been purchased in 18 and receipts supplied to the insurance company, only those items had been returned to the purchaser or to the store that she purchased them from during the window in 2018 of the return policy. Meaning if it was a 90-day return policy back in 2018, she actually returned those items within that 90-day period. Those receipts were supplied to us, and those receipts were supplied to her insurance company and were alleged by the Osefos to be stolen in the original burglary. Based on a thorough investigation conducted by detectives in my office in coordination with the Carroll County State's Attorney's Office, it became clear that the Osefos had fabricated the burglary and filed a false report and attempted to fraud their insurance company. On October 29th, 2025, the case was presented to a Carroll County grand jury, which returned indictments against both Edward and Wendy Osefo on multiple counts of fraud and false reporting. Both individuals were located and taken into custody at their Turnberry Court address On the afternoon of October 9th, yesterday, by the Carroll County Sheriff's Office detectives, deputies executed a search and seizure warrant at the residence during the arrest. An additional 15 items that were believed to be reported stolen by the Osefos during the initial report were also located during that search and seizure warrant. Those items included jewelry and high-end handbags. The Osefos were booked into the Carroll County Detention Center and later released on $50,000 bonds, or with $50,000 bond. Real quick, I'd like to acknowledge the work that my office did, Detective Richie Harbaugh. My detectives, they're just absolutely amazing. Richie's one of the finest detectives on the planet. High praise for him. Also the Carroll County State's Attorney's Office, Mr. Shoemaker, Mr. Culver, and Melissa Hockensmith is who handled the case for the State's Attorney's Office and has been working with us diligently on this case. I'll now turn it over to the State's Attorney if he has some comments, and then we'll answer any questions you guys may have.
Okay, good afternoon. In response to the various media inquiries that I've gotten today in connection with this matter, I've indicated to everybody, and I want to emphasize it again, as a threshold matter, that all persons are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. So I want to get that out front. As the sheriff indicated yesterday, the defendants were indicted by the grand jury for Carroll County in connection with Wendy Osefo. It was 7 counts of insurance fraud, 8 counts of conspiracy to commit insurance fraud, and 1 count of false statement to a police officer. They posted bail this morning. So also in addition to what the sheriff alluded to a few moments ago, I'd like to note that the investigation in this matter, and I certainly want to give props to Detective Harbaugh, who worked in close proximity with my Deputy State's Attorney, Melissa Hockensmith, in connection with this matter. But the investigation determined that on April 8th, 2024, the Osefos initiated 3 separate insurance claims for the alleged burglary and theft that occurred at their residence. And those were against Travelers Insurance, Jewelers Mutual Insurance, and Homesite Insurance Company for their alleged losses. Mr. Osefo gave recorded statements to 2 of the insurance companies regarding a list of stolen items. He was also asked whether any recorded statements to 2 of the insurance companies regarding a list of stolen items. He was also asked whether any of the items on the list had been returned, which he denied. He was asked if he had other insurance but failed to disclose to Homesite and Jewelers that he was also making a claim with Travelers. For a Homesite insurance, both Edward and Wendy signed a sworn statement of loss, which was notarized. The total amount of loss claimed on the sworn statement of loss was $2,500 for the damage to the building itself and $450,000 estimated for contents and personal property. He included an inventory of reported stolen items along with receipts for the purchase of most of the items on the inventory. That claim was denied due to the failure to disclose the policy with Travelers. And in the original claim submitted on April 8th, 2024 to Travelers, Edward is alleged to have confirmed that he and his wife were wearing their anniversary bands when the loss occurred. However, Edward called Travelers on April 10th, 2024, and said he needed to update their claim, stating that his wife's gold diamond anniversary band was missing. So that same day, Travelers settled the claim for $25,380, which included the replacement price of the van, which was $4,500. After the initial reported claim on April 11th, both Wendy and Edward signed and submitted letters to Jewelers Mutual claiming the burglary occurred and items were reported stolen. At the request of Jewelers Mutual, the Osefos provided an initial list of 57 stolen items. Included on the list was Wendy's gold anniversary band that was reported in the Travelers claim. On April 22nd, Edward was interviewed during a recorded call and did not make any mention of the jewelry claim or payout with Travelers. So essentially, I know that the burden will be on my office to show that Edward and Wendy conspired to make fraudulent statements and provided misleading information in support of making the 3 insurance claims for financial gain. I'd also note that some folks may view insurance fraud as an innocuous crime since it only affects insurance companies. That's certainly not true. Insurance fraud affects all of us in the form of increased premiums that we all bear, so we take those offenses very seriously. Thanks.
What do you got? Anything?
What was it that initially made you suspicious again? Can you describe what was it that, I mean, was it when your officers went and saw no damage to the house? Or was it when they started digging into this morgue?
I think a little of both, because we had responded there with patrol deputies, which is customary for a response like that. But when patrol deputies got there and started walking around and looking at the evidence, they immediately called investigators who showed up at the scene, primarily because it was a dollar amount issue. But when deputies got there, they started digging into the house a little bit. And as good cops do, and detectives like them, were a little suspicious when they got there. But they started working it like a traditional burglary. So they were treating it like it was a real burglary. As they started to navigate the next couple of weeks, starting to speak with the insurance companies and share information, they became more suspicious that this may be a fraudulent claim or a fabricated incident. But it was really when a couple of weeks later they saw some of they specifically the ring that the state attorney mentions, the diamond wedding band that they observed in a social media post. That is when they started realizing that this was likely a fabricated burglary or a false insurance claim.
Is it common that a burglar would enter a second floor bedroom window?
I don't think there's commonalities anywhere, but I think that in answer to your question, I've seen this particular residence. It would be extraordinarily difficult to get up to that second story and go through a bathroom off of the master bedroom to get into the residence. If a burglar knew exactly what they were looking for, they would have just kicked in the front door or found another entry point, path of least resistance, and that certainly wasn't the path of least resistance to get in there. There was really nothing that indicated around the window that anybody had come into the residence. We did note that the grass had just recently been cut. My detectives actually traveled up the side, walked out on the roof, and walked back into the bathroom, only to track stuff inside into the bathroom, asphalt from their shoes or debris. And I'm pretty sure the burglar didn't take a broom and clean up after themselves if they in fact tossed the room like was staged during the burglary. So, a lot of those things just we picked up on, but again, we treated it like it was a burglary and followed the evidence until we found out that this was likely a false report.
So I was trying to understand how much of these items they collected on. Like, did they collect double, twice from the insurance company and from the stores?
I believe that's the case. And I believe they tried to file claims with there were 3 separate insurance companies that they used to insure specific items, and I believe they tried to claim specifically the diamond wedding band twice. They did get paid out, as the state attorney said, for the diamond wedding band, which was a little over $25,000. We believe we have that diamond wedding band after we executed the search and seizure warrant yesterday.
What did they tell you? Did they make statements or
They've made no statements to us whatsoever. The only information that we've gotten from the Osefos is their recorded statements to the insurance company.
And were they in any financial despair or problems, or do you know why this may have happened? Obviously, it was a financial.
I don't know. You can only speculate that they were in some financial issues. We do know that they were still filming out of the residence for this particular reality show. And that was active. I think they were in season 10, I believe. I don't watch the show, so I can only tell you what my detectives are telling me. So, do you watch the show?
Yes, I've seen it, but I don't.
You don't want to admit it? Okay. What else do you have?
I think that's about it. I don't know where this goes from here. I mean, it goes to the normal prosecutorial process.
Yeah, it goes right to the circuit court and the state's attorney's office. What else do you have?
I think that's about it. I don't know where this goes from here. I mean, it goes to the normal prosecutorial process.
Yeah, it goes right to the circuit court and the state's attorney's office will then, they'll do a lot of pretrial stuff prior to this case actually going to a trial, if that's how it is.
I can tell you right now that there's a hearing on counsel where you're apprised of your right to an attorney and that sort of thing. It's tentatively scheduled for November 7th.
Okay. And the issue about the diamond, it was earrings you found on social media, or?
It was a ring.
A ring?
Yeah, wedding band.
How did that come about? Was that, were you just scouring social media for matches, or how did
Well, I mean, they're on social media an awful lot. So, I mean, they're basically living their life on social media or on TV. I think because we became suspicious, and I do believe that the insurance companies became suspicious as well, their investigators start to scour social media and look at specific items that Mrs. Osefo regularly wore, and it wouldn't have been difficult to see some of those items on her after this incident took place.
You think her status might have contributed to the investigation? I mean, had it just been a normal housewife, would she have been discovered in this manner, you think, or would this have just flown right through?
No, I don't think we would have treated it any differently at all. I mean, it was a high dollar amount that they were alleging that was stolen, and so if there was in fact someone burglarizing residents in that particular area or any area of the county, we would have treated it that way. You know, crime in this county is very, very low, and so my detectives, when they get a case like this, will work it very diligently to find whoever burglarized the residence. But if in fact we believe that it's a false report, we'll investigate it the same way. So I don't care if she's a real housewife, fake housewife, or whatever she is, we would have handled it the same way regardless of who she was.
Finally, you mentioned the charges that she was facing. Is he facing the same charges?
Correct, yeah.
Well, they're a little different because he is facing 9 counts of insurance fraud.
Okay.
And let me put my glasses back on. 9 counts of insurance fraud, 8 counts of conspiracy to commit insurance fraud, and 1 count of false statement to a police officer.
And that was regarding which statement?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's, okay. Got it. Okay.
You good? Anything else? Did you get anything texted in? You're good?
Good, thanks.
Okay. Thanks, everybody. We appreciate it.